Today I want to talk about the state of affordability in multi-tools, where we were and where we've come. So, both multi-tools, especially budget multi-tools in the past, have always been known as Chinese crap, things that you can't really use. And here are some kind of examples of that. Here's some tools I've had for many years. I've had this one for a very long time. Yeah, it is kind of like I don't know where I came across it, but Leatherman-esque tool. Sorry for it being all dirty, but it's kind of one of these tools that I just keep in the car and I just beat the hell out of whenever I get. Nothing really special about this. I've probably had this thing for about 20 years, to be quite frank. Don't know what kind of blade it is, don't know what kind of steel it is. It barely cuts. It can kind of grab some stuff every now and again. As you can see, it's super tight. I've broken a lot of the different implements on here, so let's just kind of go through here and kind of just show you. It's got this tool here. Never really quite sure what it was, but I've used it to like clean out all sorts of things on the car and the motor when I was kind of back in the day. Bottle opener. It's got, I guess this is what they would consider an awl, or it's a little blade. Never really used that one too much. But then on the other side, we got broken file, I think. Like I said, as you can see, you can't grab anything. There's no nicks. Just terrible, not very good kind of multi-tool. Beater, like I said. Here's another kind of Victorinox, Swiss Army knockoff kind of thing. I actually just pulled this one out the drawer for this video, and as you can see, it's like all falling apart. This one's not as bad as that multi-tool there. It's it's stainless, I guess. I've had this one for a little bit. I carried it, I think, once or twice, just like kind of for fun. I think it was given to me and I kind of gave it a whirl until I was just like, this thing's really kind of a piece of junk. But I've had it quite a while. I figured it could be a good thing to just have, or just threw it essentially in the rest of the collection. It's kind of been sitting there. But as you can see, these are tools that I've had in the past. So I've had these tools for probably, like I said, 10, 20 years. This one costs nothing. They cost nothing. But so do these, practically. So these are some tools that I've been checking out lately. The affordability range, budget. They're all made by WorkPro, or the mother company of WorkPro. These are mossy oak, but they kind of come from the same manufacturer. And these are, as you can kind of see, they're half multi-tools turned into like kind of Swiss Army, what am I doing here? Swiss Army-esque kind of things. And to be honest, I'm extremely impressed with this stuff. I really am. I mean, this one right here is probably the one I've been carrying the most and is my favorite. It is kind of like a half of a charger, but it comes with pretty much any implement you would want on an EDC purpose. Great big scissors, and everything on here is like quality. Like all these implements you can actually use. Right, so these are all used. The can opener is really great. The one on this one, everything's pretty good too. The only thing I would say is the scissors weren't as good. The other thing I will say too is because of the price point on these, you might come across a couple issues. I know that when I did a video on this, a couple guys did come out and say, hey, it is a good tool, but this on mine didn't work so great. That on mine didn't work so great. For 20 bucks, this thing is a steal. I got lucky on mine where everything on it works really great. It's got a spring assisted plier there, but for 22 bucks, comes with a sheath. I mean, you really can't beat that for a beater compared to junk like this. Now, yeah, I get it. Back in the day, this stuff was cheap. Everyone was trying to kind of go off the Leatherman stuff, and then one bulk manufacturer started bolting, but things have changed like dramatically. And if you just kind of pay attention to what you're buying and out in the market, and you stay away from stuff like this, because I guarantee they are still making stuff like this. If you look around, you'll probably find something identical to this. That's just kind of how things work sometimes. But I mean, for $15, multi-tools are getting insane. I mean, it used to be, if you wanted to get into something decent, the first thing you'd have to get is maybe a Victorinox, right? And these are very affordable for the most part, really cheap for what they are if you think about it. But then if you kind of look on something like Amazon, you'll probably see something like this on there for maybe 10 bucks, maybe $9, or you'll see this climber on there from anywhere from 24 to 30, and you might pass this up. You might be like, oh, I'll just grab this thing. It comes with a compass. It's got all the same stuff. But this is literally something that within like a couple months of really using it, it's going to fall apart. It's a piece of junk. It's not really what you'd like. So ponying up for the extra, you know, $20, $15 or whatever, it's really worth having Victorinox. However, though, when these come into play, you know, these moss oak multi-tools, I'm like super impressed. I got this one here for $13 on a Prime Day. It came with a little sheath, you know, a little guy like this, you know, nothing special, but kind of nice to have. All the tools except for the quarter bit are locking. So it comes with a little measuring thing. Both of these do. And got this one for $15. And I'm telling you, for $15, I didn't really think I was going to like these. And I kind of thought they were kind of silly, these half multi-tools. I'm more of a Swiss Army knife kind of guy. But I thought for 15 bucks, I should, you know, take a look, right? I got a YouTube EDC channel. Let's take a look at these things. That's kind of why I got this channel. And I was really impressed. You know, it does have some issues, right? The bit here, I saw it in reviews, and at first mine didn't have that. But if you'll notice, like the spring, I'm catching that one, it caught on good. But let's see. Sometimes it'll catch it where it'll kind of bend in, and you can't get the bit in there, and you kind of got to wiggle it in. Right now, it's working good. But people have complained about that, where it's an issue. I have had this spring kind of pop out. It also, it's kind of a quirk of both of these. Oh, did you see that? So the spring actually popped in there, and that's the issue I was saying. So that happens sometimes, but the scissors on this one especially are excellent. So for for 15 bucks and it having that little quirk, I really don't mind. I haven't had an issue with it. I don't think these come with a warranty, or if they do, it's like maybe a year. I'll take a look to see, and I'll put it down if there is, but I don't really think you need it for that price point, right? For 15 bucks, you know, even if you get one with QC, I would almost return it and try to get another one, because I kind of feel like with me having really good luck with both of these, and even this one, I had pretty decent luck. I just think that the scissors on this one aren't as nice. They just don't cut as good as... Sorry, I'm trying to give you a little 550 cord here to show you guys, but they just don't cut as nice. They have a little quirk too, where you got to open them for it to lock on the, if you heard it there, lock there. But as you can see, maybe it's a QC thing of mine, but not the best scissor cutter. It works. It's comparable, right? If you got to work it, you can. I think you could probably sharpen it too. And it also doesn't have as nice of a thumb rest as these two on their scissors. But for $13 and for the size point, like if you're looking for something a little smaller that had a bit, I could still recommend this for the price point. But yeah, you know, I'm just super impressed. I'm impressed that like we're getting cool, affordable stuff like this. Yes, it's clones, but you know, that's kind of it. When you've been Leatherman and you've had the Wave, and the Wave has been around, I don't know, like 20 something years. I mean, the Plus was a re-edition of it. So, and this is essentially kind of what that is. It's got a few different changes and stuff, but for $22, killer deal. I you know, like if I was starting out in the shop or as an EDC, I would definitely have no problem suggesting any of these. This one is actually in my rotation. That's how much I like it. I actually keep this one in the rotation so far. I kind of want to see how much I can beat it up when it breaks. So I kind of want to tell you. And since it's been like my favorite so far, I've just been carrying it. But yeah, I've been Bernardo with Fat Bear EDC. If you guys found any value in my video or dug it, please hit me up with a like. I will catch you in the next one.